debut here on this episode, which is called Preferences and Predictions. We're not only going to run down the pay-per-view coming up each month or each couple of weeks when there is a pay-per-view upcoming, but we're also going to bring up our preferences, not just predictions. The preferences will be who we want to win the match based on us being a fan of the wrestler or based on our logic of the storyline, whether we like the person or not. The logic can dictate, in our opinion, why a person should go over. And the prediction is ultimately who we feel the company will put over, whether we agree or not. That's the prediction portion of it, who the company will put over. But the preference part is just who we'd like to see go over in terms of logic or in terms of who we like. Jarrell, I'd like you just, again, as much as you can. I don't know if the entire card has been already pretty much fleshed out from top to bottom, but from the kickoff match leading all the way up to the main event, or in terms of what we perceive will be the main event. Can you run down the card and we'll start?
Yeah, let's see. All right, so right out the gate, this is most likely going to be the pre-show match. Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa.
You can start with that. I'll go, and then Stefan will go, and then we'll go in reverse order. So go ahead. Your preference, and then your prediction.
I don't really have a preference. I guess like my preference and my opinion is the same thing because Hideo Itami got let out of his contract. I think as like Vince's way of saying like fuck you, Tozawa's probably going to win the title.
Okay.
You know, because I mean
that's your preference. Then I mean you don't have a preference, but again, I mean if you really just we talked about this. You follow 205. I follow 205 as well. Preference being just someone you'd like to see go over. I mean, who would you prefer to see go over in that match?
I mean, I guess I would pick Tozawa only because I was just never a fan of Buddy Murphy. Like Buddy.
Okay, I mean, no, that's preference.
Buddy Murphy, yeah. So it's like
Tozawa because you just don't like Buddy Murphy.
That's basically it.
And that is what you think the company will do. So that's your prediction as well.
I think they'll go with Tozawa, over Buddy Murphy.
My prediction is that since the match hasn't been hyped up long enough, Buddy Murphy retains. I think that's what the company does. And my preference is Buddy Murphy, not because I'm such a fan of his, but because if there's a slew of cruiserweights that are worthy of the title, and in order for it to be meaningful once they win and dethrone him, I'd like to see a steady push in a rivalry that means something instead of just someone taking the belt off him. At this point, he's had it for a while. Yeah. So if someone actually takes it off him, I want it to mean something. So that's why I prefer Buddy Murphy to retain, because they haven't made this storyline mean a damn. Stefan, the preferences, predictions?
I haven't been following 205, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. As of late, but I was really impressed with Buddy Murphy's win. The pay-per-view, I think that was the one in Dubai, right?
Yes.
That's where he won.
No, he won in Australia.
Right?
No, he won in Australia.
He won in Australia at the Super Showdown. At his hometown, yeah.
Yeah, Super Showdown, sorry. I was very impressed with his performance. I think he should retain. I think he should retain the belt.
Right. And is that your prediction? You think the company's going to do that as well?
That's my prediction and my preference, actually.
Mm. Okay.
I think they have something good going with him. I think he's...
We have the same prediction preference based on that, but we have different reasons. I like that. We actually have different reasons as to why.
He'll probably hold the belt till Mania, I think. I'm not sure who his opponent's going to be at Mania, but I think he's going to...
I hope it's not a convoluted four-way, because when it's a convoluted four-way, it takes away from a rivalry. But at 205 Live, in terms of the Cruiserweight Championships, desperately needs a damn good rivalry for the belt. And to not appear on the kickoff for the 97th.
Yeah. Anybody versus Lio Rush would work.
Yeah, Lio Rush should be the top heel, right?
Yep.
It'd be great when they decide to turn Lashley face. It'd be great for Lio Rush to mouth off and point his finger on his chest and start saying, "Without me, you are nothing."
Yeah.
And then just have Lio Rush, get into the cruiserweight division full time. Although he's had good matches on 205 Live too, so he is kind of doing double duty.
He is. Respect for that. Yeah.
What do we have next?
Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin.
Oh, God.
Give me that riveting reaction. Let you go first for that.
Okay, what are we doing first? Preference or prediction?
Preference. And now I know we're starting into some feuds where you do have a preference and a prediction because it's main roster stuff.
Okay, preference. I'm a big Braun mark. I think they're not booking him correctly.
Right.
I think the guy should have won the title a while back.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I know. Which goes against the whole Vince likes big men theory. I just don't understand why they're not giving this guy the title.
Because he likes big guys, but he likes Brock more.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a monster, what you're doing is when you have a monster job or not win the title, eventually you're not perceived as being a monster.
Well, yeah, that's why. See,
so they're killing. That's why big men who are being pushed the way that Braun was do need the title. It's kind of the opposite of the anti-hero.
Yeah.
A guy like Braun Strowman who's being pushed as this monster, as Godzilla or King Kong. Like if Godzilla and King Kong walked through the city, and instead of destroying buildings, they leaned over to the 23rd floor of a big building in Midtown Manhattan and go, "Oh, look, she's changing a baby's diaper. Isn't that cute?" If they did that, we wouldn't fear them, even though they're walking around with fire in their breath. We still wouldn't fear them because they're monster-loving babies.
Yeah.
If they go around and destroy cities the way they're meant to destroy cities and looked upon as champions, then we fear them.
Yep.
So Braun Strowman has been neutered. Yes, I agree.
That's when.
Well, that would be that would be my preference. Prediction. Honestly, I think they might go with Baron. I think the WWE is still very high on Baron for some reason.
It seems like they are. Yeah.
They think he. I don't know. They see a lot of potential in the kid, and I like Baron. I think he has potential as well. He's still a little rougher on the edges, but I've already saw he had potential. You know, I think Baron
improved. Yeah.
He's a great. He has improved. I think he is a very good heel, and I think they're probably going to give him the win. He's probably going to
Don't you agree that he's also become a different kind of heel than he was a year ago?
I agree, he has.
Like night and day. I mean, it's. Yeah. I give him credit because he's not the kind of guy you would peg to become an obnoxious authority type heel when you first saw him as the badass biker kind of heel, biker kind of guy. That's not who he was. He was a metalhead with an edge, and he becomes so I'm giving him credit because he's never been known to be a guy who exactly rocks the mic. And yet he's been doing a damn good job. So whether we like him or not, and again, he's one of those heels, when you look at him, he's about 6'7", and yet for some reason, his facials and expressions do convey kind of a chicken shit.
Yeah.
When he shouldn't, because he's so damn big, but he makes you forget sometimes that he's this gigantic guy.
The guy's he's huge. And his finishing move is one of my favorite finishers at the moment.
Yeah, it's a good finisher.
On the main rosters. I think it's a great finishing move.
My preference for the match would be Braun Strowman going over just because of the reasons you said. I mean, if they're going to salvage any type of respect as fans that we have for a guy who's supposed to terrorize the roster, he needs to have a clear-cut win. And I would actually go as far as to say, since it's not going to hurt Baron Corbin anyway because he's playing kind of a chicken shit heel, I would actually say that he squashes him in a minute or less. That's what needs to happen. My prediction, because Corbin, it wouldn't hurt Corbin's character. That's who he plays. He plays a guy who's been jumped by 20 people on Raw before.
That's true.
So let Braun keep his. Braun needs this much more than Baron. So I would have Braun demolish the guy in 20 seconds, and then I would have my prediction would be that it's the same. I actually predict that Strowman does win because I think even the company has to acknowledge he needs it badly. I don't know if they're going to do it in the way that I suggested, but I think they do put Braun over in this. Jarrell?
Yeah, I mean, my prediction and preference is the same. Like, I'm picking Baron Corbin because, Braun Strowman is.
Your prediction is Baron Corbin?
Yeah, Braun Strowman is exactly what happens when you allow the person to chase for too long with no payoff. because like you said, as of this moment, I don't care what he does anymore. So, and I think because he's dead and because like his character's kind of dead at the moment and there is no plan for him, I think the company will go with Baron Corbin, but I also feel like they, and I'd rather see Baron Corbin win because I do like his character. I just wish he'd go back to wearing wrestling attire because I'm tired of him wrestling in like in his vest.
Still for the character though.
Yeah, but he's no longer the constable. So it's like, why are you still wearing a vest and a button-up shirt?
I felt that way before about wrestlers. Like in this podcast, we can go off tangents for a minute. Like I hated when Davey Boy Smith came back and wore his British tights for like a couple months, and then he was wrestling in jeans.
Yeah, that was just like.
It's like you're not the British Bulldog anymore, dude. You're just a guy in jeans.
Yeah,
I get it.
Now you're Davey Boy Smith.
Right. Yeah, now you're Davey Boy Smith.
But also because
doesn't that make Baron more obnoxious? obnoxious though? Having
Yes, that's why I think it works for his character. I know, I love it.
I mean,
it does work. I agree with Scott on this.
It does, but it just doesn't make sense from a wrestling standpoint.
No, it's illogical, but wrestling is meant to be illogical.
Yeah.
I agree with Stefan on this.
No, but it's just like it's one of those things where it's like it's so because you're right. Like wrestling is illogical, but this is one of those rare things where it's so illogical it's actually annoying me.
I wrestle with tying suspenders. And he was a good worker.
I think they need to keep those wrestling tropes alive, though. And that's the one good thing about having Vince still around is that I like those. I like those tropes. I like that. I grew up with them, and it makes me feel comfortable watching.
I can agree with that too. But again, it makes perfect sense as to who Baron Corbin is being pitched to us as.
Yeah, but I also feel like
if he represents an obnoxious company guy, then him wearing a button-down shirt kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they're also, but I feel like they're also gonna. That being said, I feel like Corbin's also gonna win because when they took a hit for the bad ratings and they were getting like scrutinized in the press and in the media and everything for putting on bad products and blah blah blah, which made them come out and be like, we're gonna do better, and they didn't. They basically blamed all that on Baron Corbin.
Well, the storyline they needed a fall guy.
Yeah, and I think because they kind of like dragged his name through the mud for a little bit. They owe him like a credible win.
So that's why your prediction is Baron Corbin. Is your preference Baron Corbin?
Yeah, my preference is also Baron Corbin because they.
Okay, wait. I want to expand on this. So why do you prefer Baron Corbin winning this match?
Because
for the reasons you brought up, or
because for the reasons that I brought up, and also because they've made me. It's like I no longer care what Braun Strowman does anymore. Like I gave up on Braun.
Wow, so you've completely given up on his
I gave up on Braun Strowman the night he destroyed Roman Reigns, and then they had him go beat up Roman in the back, and like a goofball dumbass, he ran into the ambulance and broke his arm.
You're going way back.
Like that was. You gave up Braun Strowman for Trump. Yeah, like the moment. You're going back. The moment that happened, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And then when they had Brock Lesnar squash him at the Saudi Arabia, I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. I was like, dude, it's like you're like 500 pounds, like you're a beast, and you just let Brock Lesnar beat you in 17 seconds. Like I'm done.
Well, WWE logic dictates that when we don't care anymore, he'll win the Universal title. Next match.
Well, you can go first on this one. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships with The Miz and Shane versus the Usos.
Wow, this one's interesting.
Yeah,
I have mixed feelings, guys.
Okay, you're right. Mixed feelings is a great adage to use. When they challenged Cesaro and Sheamus for the titles at the Rumble, I had mixed feelings. Now, Gerard and I have spoken about this. If your goal was to buddy up Shane and Miz, there are ways to go about it that had nothing to do with the World Cup tournament they did at Crown Jewel. Mm-hmm. It didn't have to be. Yeah. It didn't have to be that presentation. I mean, again, because remember they're a tag team now. So if the goal was to get them to become a tag team, it had nothing to do with Shane McMahon replacing a supposed injured Miz to beat Dolph Ziggler in the finals of that. It had nothing to do with that.
I think that was their way of apologizing to the fans, in my opinion.
I don't think the fans wanted to see Shane McMahon win the World Cup, so I think I don't see why. Yeah. Now, them going over to winning the tag titles, again, from an entertainment standpoint, Stephen brought up something interesting. As a kid, this is something I wanted to see, and even as an adult, because they're putting a lot of work into the presentation of who they are and how silly this is. They're being given a lot of screen time, and I don't remember one segment that Shane and Miz had that I can say was anything less than an A+, because they both are just characters. They both are great on the mic, and they play their roles really well. They bounce off each other, and surprisingly, they have chemistry. But then the bell rings, and once the bell rings, the pro wrestling fan in me that just I can't stifle, because at the end of the day, promos and interviews and backstage segments they actually lead up to matches that I care about. So once the bell rings, because they've put them up against the Usos, I feel that they've done something pretty dumb if they're trying to get Miz and Shane over. Here's why.
I agree.
Because of everything I just mentioned about how in sync Miz and Shane are on the mic, the Usos are no less in sync, except guess what? They offer us a much more riveting display in the ring.
Absolutely.
Because they're absolutely fluid, and they know how to work a match against probably any team you put against them. And again, underrated, in terms of underrated on the mic, I put Usos 1 and 2, depending on who you want to put above the other tier.
They were extremely over on SmackDown. They were surprised themselves. I saw their reaction in their eyes. They were extremely surprised. The fans were chanting Usos.
Yeah.
And it was great to see that. It was great to see that.
The Usos, if they're trying to get some heel heat against Shane and Miz, the Usos were the worst team they could have picked. I don't know moving forward if they do a Shane turn on Miz, or if a Miz turn on Shane, or if they just go their separate ways and don't do any turn. I don't know. That doesn't matter. The point is that if you're going to line them up against a team like the Usos, the fan in me, and I think a lot of fans who are watching, because of the fact that the Usos haven't worn the belts for a while, and because of the fact that they're great on the mic and can also work any match against anybody in the ring, my preference would be the Usos. My prediction couldn't be directly more opposite than what I just said. My prediction is they don't take the belts off Shane and Miz at Elimination Chamber. I think they're going to try to, and here's why. If they're giving them a lot of screen time on SmackDown, it means they're not ready to take the belts off them yet. It's so fresh. It just started, and then it's now, no offense, I mean, I'm not saying, none of us are John Travolta's here, but now that they've plugged in that Elf, the Mrs. Father, into the programs, and he's getting screen time, it's like all of a sudden now they seem to want to expand upon this relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because they want to expand upon this relationship, and now they've inserted the father into it, are we going to get Maurice involved soon? Yeah. Is Vince going to finally interject himself because he Shane's dad? It seems like there's more. I don't want to ramble. It just seems like there's a lot more meat and potatoes in the actual storyline of who Miz and Shane are. And by the way, because it's Shane and to a lesser extent Miz, yes, in this case, the WWE will put a lot of effort into getting this over, because if it was anybody else, we'd probably say, yeah, there's a lot to do, but they're not going to. But this is Shane McMahon. This is Vince's son.
Yeah.
You better believe they're going to squeeze every drop they can out of this relationship that they have right now. So I feel like Miz and Shane retain, but my preference would be the Usos.
Okay.
Stephen?
Well, I'm actually going to change my answer based off what you just said, because I do agree with a lot of points you just imparted on. I think.
I appreciate it.
I think it wouldn't be smart for WWE to take the belt off of Miz and Shane, because, like you said, it is fresh. They just won the titles. It wouldn't make any sense. It would demean the entire purpose of them coming together, becoming a tag team. Now, you could disagree and say, oh, well, it would also show that they're not completely in sync yet. They just formed as a tag team. It's not realistic to take them for them to have this winning streak, because they haven't been a tag team that long. But, like you also said, Shane is Vince's son at the end of the day. So I don't think he wants to demean his son's character or his ability, his in-ring ability. And if you take the belt off of that now, that's exactly what would happen.
Sure.
So I don't think that would make sense. So my prediction, Shane and Miz retain. Preference, the Usos. I think the Usos are extremely entertaining. Now on the mic, they weren't before, but man, I love seeing the guys on the mic now. They've come a long way in the last year. And they're incredible in the ring. I could watch the Usos versus any tag team, but preferably as of late. Do you remember when they had those string of matches with the New Day? Those matches were all A+. They're incredible. Even though we had seen those matches so many times, they brought something new every time. I was extremely entertained. Extremely entertained.
Couldn't agree more.
I don't know if that's going to happen with Shane and Miz. I'm very curious to see what kind of match they put on. Probably going to be lackluster, in my opinion, given what they've shown us so far. But it could potentially lead to an interesting feud at Mania, maybe. Maybe a gimmick match. Because Shane obviously thrives off those, right?
He does.
I love seeing him on
the big stage, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it'll lead to a gimmick match against the Usos. And maybe...
And if they finally decide...
Mania.
Right, and if they finally decide to pull the plug on Miz, Shane, and have them work a match against each other at Mania, it seems like if they're going to have a match against one another, because Shane is Vince's kid, and because of the fact that they always try to put the spotlight on Shane at Mania, even though he's 50, they would probably do so at Mania. So if Miz and Shane actually come to blows, there's a long time between Chamber and Mania. There's still a Fastlane pay-per-view after this. So, I mean, yeah, Yeah, they may wait to pull the plug and have their match at Mania, but I definitely don't see them losing the belts. And I agree with your reasons too, Stephen. I'm curious to hear what you got to say about this, Jarrell, your predictions and your preferences.
I mean, honestly, I completely agree with both of you, so I don't want to rehash what both of you just said, so I'll just say this.
Why are you going to rehash it? We just said it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Preference Usos, prediction, preference Usos, prediction Shane and Miz. I do, but here's what I think. I think that Shane and Miz.
I could prediction what?
No, I said my prediction is that they're going to go with Shane and Miz, but my preference would be the Usos. But okay. I feel like Shane and Miz are going to lose the titles at Fastlane, and then the two of them are going to have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. But another reason why the Usos are probably not going to win tomorrow, and I don't know if the two of you know this, but over Thursday or Friday, it was a report came out that that Jimmy Uso
got pulled over, the mugshot, that whole thing.
Yeah, it was like Nate.
Their statement, the WWE statement made me not change my prediction because they said it's Jey Uso's business, he needs to handle it, which means that there is no. It seems funny that there is no repercussion, at least public repercussion.
Well, I mean, also because the Usos' contracts are up soon, so they're not gonna. They don't want to give him a reason.
They don't want them going over to AEW, so that's obviously
but somebody, when I saw the report online, and I was reading the comment section, the very first comment said, "Jimmy Uso, welcome to the real life penitentiary."
That's great.
Yeah. That's funny ass shit.
That is pretty funny. So your prediction would be Shane, and your preference are the Usos.
Yeah. So then we got
Before we move forward, I have a question for you guys. What's your opinion on if they were to break up the tag team? You guys think it's premature? I mean, I'd like to see that match at Mania, and obviously a father in each corner. That would be cool. But I feel like, in my opinion, it's kind of rushed, and I don't think it would have the emotional depth for Gravitas that it would. It's built up for months.
It's a damn good question. If there wasn't Fastlane coming up, I would definitely say it'd be too rushed if they break them up soon. But because Fastlane serves as a bridge between the Chamber and the Mania pay-per-views, there's definitely enough time to make it sensible if they build towards a Miz-Shane match at Mania. Because you got to remember something. We're talking about a month and a half, and because there's so many weeklies, and in Mania season you see crossover guys appear on Raw and on SmackDown, they could. But I kind of agree with you. I mean, if they don't have to wait until Mania, but if they want to get more buzz, more eyeballs, it'll be done at Mania because Shane McMahon's a part-time wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
a part-time wrestler. They could do it at Extreme Rules, or they could do it Over the Limit, or all the other fucking pay-per-views that don't have as many eyeballs on it. But because Shane McMahon is the kind of guy that has clout, and he does have clout behind the scenes, I don't think Shane would want to wrestle the Miz on a pay-per-view other than Mania.
Yeah, I mean, but also, we know this is gonna die. Once Mania, Shane's not gonna do anything after Mania, so it's not like this is gonna continue. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Let him stretch it to fast.
I like what Stephen said because there is potential to keep going with this.
No, there is.
Because of the fact that Shane probably wants another spotlight. At Mania, it wouldn't make sense. How about this? It's almost a given that Shane's going to work at Mania. If that's the case, I would venture to say that if they don't do Miz and Shane at Mania, then anyone who faces Shane at Mania other than Miz, it'll seem like a rush feud.
Yeah, of course. So
you guys don't see them realistically fighting as a tag team at Mania?
No.
I don't. No. But I do see it happening at Fastlane and maybe at Fastlane or the SmackDown after I see the disintegration of the team take place.
Yeah. No, but I do not see them going into Mania as a tag team.
Okay.
Because if they do that, that means their storyline will have to last longer. And Shane McMahon's not gonna do that.
Right. I mean, Shane McMahon wants to have all eyeballs on him at Mania in a one-on-one match, and if that's the case, like I said,
but every time, but Shane,
other feud other than Miz won't seem rushed if they give him somebody else.
No, but Shane, I'm saying, but the thing with Shane is whenever Shane gets himself involved in the wrestling aspect of something, once he gets his Mania match, you don't see him again until July.
That's a good point.
Shane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you break them up now, who else do you give Shane at Mania? That won't seem like a rushed feud. It won't make sense.
Nobody.
It won't make sense.
depending on the screenplay and how it's written, I think they both have the acting chops to pull off a really emotionally involved angle, too. I think it could be really... I could see the Miz going...
I think that happens tomorrow in Chamber.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I think maybe even possibly at Fastlane, but I definitely feel like when the road to me is clear and Fastlane is finished up, I feel like that's where we start seeing dissension.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, I think the dissension starts.
And when people start saying, well, Shane needs to turn heel and give us a swerve, swerves have to have meaning. Here's why I don't agree with that. If Shane gets off TV and doesn't become a full-time performer, which he won't after Mania, that leaves us with a face Miz, which I don't want to see. I don't think a lot of people want to see. So, no, it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, for the quick pop, it'd make great, it'd be great for the eyeballs to see Shane turn heel. But long-term, that means Miz has to gain sympathy and become a face.
Yeah.
Which we've seen before in 2012. It didn't quite work.
Yeah. Miz has to remain heel.
Yeah.
Although he's a face right now, but I get what you're saying, Al.
Sometimes predictability makes sense when it's logical.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course.
So,
it's
if
like,
all roads lead to predictability and it makes sense, I don't mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What do we have next after that?
Honestly, I don't even see the point of us talking about this, but I'm dead ass because the next match is...
I'm really hyped now.
The next match is Ronda versus Ruby Riott, and I'll just go first to get this out of the way.
Man.
Like, forget a prediction or...
What's after that match? I think we're done with it already.
Huh?
What do we have after that?
After that is
I'll just say really quickly. Preference Ronda Rousey and prediction Ronda Rousey. If one of you can follow along. Yeah.
there's
No disrespect. I like Ruby Riott. I'm not no disrespect.
no, but we all know she's not winning this match.
Wrong place, wrong time, wrong feud.
Yeah.
Wrong event.
It's like let's just cut the bullshit. She's not winning this match.
She's filler. That's all it is.
And I don't prefer her to win either, even though I like her. It's not her time. Rousey's on track to give us something at Mania, which I think will be entertaining as hell, as we talked about earlier. So I prefer Rousey in this case. I predict Rousey in this case.
Will it be a squash match?
Not
Good question.
Not really.
It might be because they may want to keep Ronda healthy going into Mania. You got to remember, Becky put a scare in all his plans when she got hurt by Nia at Survivor Series, legit, before Survivor Series. I don't think they want to risk. That's a great question by Steph, and I think about it. They don't want Rousey to get hurt. They really don't.
Thinking the same thing. I think it's going to be a squash.
I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it might be a squash. How about this? If the Braun Strowman Baron Corbin match is not a squash, this will be a squash.
I think.
Is that a no DQ match, guys?
It's a regular match.
Straight up match. Yeah.
So it'll be
I think the match goes 10 minutes.
Preference prediction.
Ronda.
On both counts, okay.
Yeah.
And Stephen?
Same. It's not her time, Ruby.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
It's not her
Me
time.
too. Yeah. Okay. What do we have next?
The handicap intercontinental title match. Lio Rush
I
and
gotta say, Ruby Riott was the quickest woman I ever went through. Go ahead.
Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor for the title.
Yeah, the handicap IC title match.
Versus who?
It's Lio Rush and
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor.
Even though Lashley's the IC champion, he's going to have Lio Rush tag up with him. There's a whole show dedicated to Bobby Lashley that I know we're going to talk about real soon. But I'd like to actually have Jarrell start on this because I know you probably got some stuff to say.
I mean, right out the gate, it's just a stupid match to have. I mean, I think what it is, they want us to believe that because it's a handicap match, there's a possibility Balor will win the title by pinning Lio Rush. I think they did that to give people the hope of possibility that he could win. With that being said, unfortunately, because I'm a huge Bobby Lashley fan, I unfortunately think they may have Finn Balor put the paint on and beat Lashley at Mania.
Well, I was going to ask you, because you're a Lashley fan, and I am too. I like Lashley a lot, which we always talk about. Your preference, I mean, look, you may just say my preference is to have Lashley retain because I'm a fan. But if you see Lashley, as we always talk about, as a contender, as a guy who can actually beat Brock Lesnar because of his UFC background and his credibility, maybe you want to see the IC title off this guy's ways. So is your preference seeing Lashley drop the title or retain the title?
I mean,
I see Lashley drop him, guys. Lashley, I think they gave it to him for Black History Month. I think Finn is going to win the title. I'm sorry, I'm completely transparent.
No, that's completely on. I can't disagree with you on that.
no, I mean,
They gave him the belt.
yeah, you're right.
They gave him
I'll give you a little further. They gave him the title on Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
There's no coincidence there, guys.
No, but I mean, especially, it's not even just him, but Bobby Lashley, R-Truth, and the Velveteen Dream.
Right.
Like,
Right.
all three of them won the mid-card titles in the month of February.
Kofi Kingston's in the Elimination Chamber now. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Well-
Nia Jax is beating up men. Yeah.
a lot of coincidences, guys. But I mean, I think Lashley will drop the title. Balor, I actually think that what you just predicted will happen. Even though you're saying that you think that that's what the fans want, they're probably not going to go that route. I actually think they will. I think Balor will pin Leo Rush and win the title.
That's interesting.
But I'm interested to see who Balor will face for the IC title at Mania. I'm leaning towards McIntyre. I think they're going to go for McIntyre-Balor Mania match for the IC title.
Well, the issue with that is that we've seen it so much, but I can see what you're saying. It's that we've seen it on Raw so many times. But so your prediction is that Finn Balor actually wins the title, and your preference would be
Balor. I'm a huge Balor mark. I think
Yeah.
Balor should win the. I think he is good for him, and since he's not in the main event anymore, I think it would be adequate for him.
Yeah, I agree with him about him getting the IC belt just because it gives us more of a chance to see, like, the IC championship has always been built up even verbally as the work rate title. And Balor is a good worker in the ring, so I think to have fans actually see the guy win the IC title and bring that, work rate back into it is great. Not that Bobby Lashley isn't, but in my opinion, Bobby Lashley does have some heavy-duty stuff to get into later in this year, and I think he will. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, if for some magical reason, because I heard that Finn Balor does have an injury that they're trying to, which is why they're not having him do anything, and they're basically like keeping him out of harm's way. If his injury turns out to be something, if you end up having Bobby Lashley go up against Brock Lesnar, because for some reason Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush for the last 4 weeks have been actively disrespecting Brock Lesnar on the microphone.
Right. And we all know that they're not giving carte blanche to go on Twitter unless they actually have.
But it's not even. But it's not even just Twitter. When they're on Raw, they're actively disrespecting Brock Lesnar. And
we always talked about how this was the moment that Bobby Lashley beat Roman Reigns clean in the ring last June. Was the moment Bobby Lashley should have been pushed towards Brock Lesnar. At this point, we gotta hope that people still care.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do, but it's interesting that you bring that up, and that's why I think it's a match that can go either way. Stefan predicts. Well, you prefer and predict Finn Balor.
Yes, correct.
And as far as you, Jarrell, you prefer Lashley. Do you predict Lashley?
yeah, I predict Lashley, but I would be in favor of Balor winning the IC title if they moved Lashley on to do something different. I mean, I still think Kevin Owens might come into play because Owens is supposed to be coming back, and Lashley was the guy that put him on the shelf.
I remember bringing that up to you recently, and I said the reason why I didn't bring it up was because W doesn't follow up with logic. And from what I understand, he's not going to be back till March. And if they did follow logic, yes, Kevin Owens would attack Lashley, who's now a heel. Kevin Owens is now being presented as a face. And in storyline purposes, Lashley injured Owens, storyline-wise.
So the question
there's a reason. And that's why we talked about in the Rumble. If you're going to have, which was a complete farce to have Lashley get eliminated in 8 seconds, but if you were going to do something like that or set up a spot like that, it would have been perfect for Kevin Owens to come out and not even be in the match if he didn't need to be, come out through the crowd and cause Lashley to get eliminated, because then at least it would make sense. But we're talking about WWE here, so nothing has to make sense.
Yeah.
My prediction is opposite than what you guys said. I actually predict, Stephen, you predict and prefer Balor, and Jarrell, you prefer and predict Lashley. I predict that Lashley retains because Leo Rush pins Finn Balor. And I just think that's a WWE move. I think he's in the match for people to assume that he gets pinned by Balor. I feel like Leo Rush pins Finn Balor in a convoluted way, which doesn't make Balor weak.
Yeah.
Lashley can demolish him or whatever happens, and just Leo Rush gets the pin. Because you want to give Leo Rush material to gloat. He's best when he gloats.
Mm-hmm.
And that he transfers over to Lashley. If Lashley's going to get built up as a monster heel this year, maybe towards a Brock Lesnar feud, then Leo Rush on the mic would need something to brag about. Keep him strong. Let him get the pin on Balor. It doesn't hurt him. Because in a way, Balor's one of those guys where the more he loses, the more fans get behind him.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And my preference would be Balor because of two reasons. I want to see Balor as the IC champ give us 30-minute matches with that IC title and make it seem very important and relevant again. Because God knows the way Lashley's been booked as the IC champion, he could have done so much more than he did it. And it also frees up Lashley to start immersing himself in the world title, universal title picture again. So I think it would kill two birds on one stone. So,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
As long as they pull the trigger.
Yeah. When I read in the dirt sheets, the reason that Lashley was taking those shots at Lesnar verbally is because they're worried that Rollins might not make it to the main event.
That's what I was saying.
Right.
That's what I was saying. So, and I would be in favor of that.
That's interesting.
It's like why not start that narrative right now?
I could see that as a possibility.
Yeah, definitely.
If Rollins isn't, I think
Probably why Rollins isn't on the card tomorrow either.
No, he's not.
Right, of course. But that would have to turn face, no? Sorry.
No, I think to be honest, I think that it's funny with Lashley and Lesnar,
Yeah.
pseudo face and pseudo heels. I think it would just probably be, if they're smart, it would just be built around their MMA backgrounds.
I mean, I would do this.
It'd be bragging rights. It would be about bragging rights.
Yes, I mean you build it around both of their MMA backgrounds, but the reason why a face or heel, in my opinion, doesn't you don't have to solidify who's who in the matter, because from that point they start until you get to Mania, the whole thing is basically going to be Paul Heyman versus Leo Rush on the microphone.
I love that. The possibilities of that are endless.
Yeah, and if we're doing 2 months of Leo Rush versus Paul Heyman on the microphone, I don't think anyone's going to care who's the face and who's the heel.
That's a good point.
I'll still say this though: in order for Bobby Lashley to be taken seriously by the casual fans, not the diehard like us, the casual fans would respect Lashley a lot more if he turns to Leo Rush, tells him to shut the hell up, and he's got it from here with Lesnar. He doesn't need him. The mouthpiece. Then all of a sudden, Lashley becomes this guy.
Well, then he becomes the face.
Who gets people to respect him even more because they realize that in storyline terms, this is a guy that doesn't need a mouthpiece or somebody having his back. He's been waiting for Lesnar as a man, one-on-one, his whole life, and he's finally got him.
They kind of.
That, though? I don't see them doing that.
Yeah, I don't really
see them doing it. I think that's the more effective way because eventually, if you're gonna have Leo Rush and Lashley separate, why not do so on a grand stage where each can then go on and do their own thing, especially Lashley, because I keep saying this. The potential of Lashley being the man is built around not only his MMA background, but it's built upon his credibility as a guy that can demolish anybody in the ring at any specific time. Mm-hmm. And to do so without Leo Rush against Brock Lesnar would tell the casual fan, hey, here's a guy who's going at it alone with Brock.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is going to turn into what you just said, but the past Raw when Leo Rush was talking about how good Lashley is, Lashley actually did take the microphone and spoke for himself. He actually did.
He snatched the mic.
Yeah, he did. They're hinting at it.
Yeah, he did kind of talk for himself. But
it would only work if he's going against a guy like Brock Lesnar. It'll be like the analogy of a guy waking up from a coma and realizing, wow, what do I do now? If Lashley wakes up and kicks out like Leo Rush, it almost means like it's on right now.
Yeah.
Like up until now, everything was a game, everything was fun and silly and joke. I got Brock Lesnar now. I don't need your ass because guess what? I'm gonna take care of this shit myself.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want them to. I wouldn't if they. I mean, I'm fine either way. But
as long as Lashley doesn't get on the stick too much.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want them if they're gonna do that. It has to either be the go home show or one of the backstage segments during Mania.
I agree with that.
Because if they do it too soon, we don't get Leo Rush versus Paul Heyman.
And we want that.
Yeah.
I completely stand corrected, and I'm man enough to admit that I liked your analogy better. That we let Leo Rush get us to Mania. If you
Yeah.
But then the go-home show, it's kind of like, all right, now you've taken me, you've led me through the water. At this point, I can drink myself.
Yeah, I mean, do it on the WrestleMania do it on the WrestleMania kickoff show.
Right,
Yeah.
but it works, so it won't happen. Next match.
The women's tag team chamber match.
Wait a minute, this makes too much sense. Who wrote this?
Yeah, right. Next we got the women's tag team chamber match.
I'm not ready to call that, so I need one of you to jump in. I'm not ready yet. I will get myself ready mentally, but I'm not ready yet. Why don't you run down the teams, Jarrell, that are being involved?
All right, so the two teams that are going to start the match, Sasha and Bailey, and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Those are the teams.
Competitors.
Those are the two teams that are going to start the match. Then you got the Riot Squad with Liv and Sarah. You got the Iconics. You got Naomi and Carmella, and Tamina and Nia Jax.
Any one of you could jump in.
Well, it's interesting how they're co-branding the match. So the titles will go to either show, but there won't be separate titles for each show. Correct?
No, there won't be. It'll be a crossover.
Yeah. The tag
Raw teams, and you have 3 SmackDown teams.
Yeah.
I did. Just off topic, I disagree with that, though. I think they have enough women on both rosters to have separate tag team titles.
I disagree with you disagreeing. I don't think they have nearly enough on Raw or on SmackDown, and the reason why I say that is because when you strip down certain teams in like Carmella and Naomi who are a genuine tag team, when you look at the rosters now and you put 6 teams as tags, you look at the women who are available, you only have about 5 or 6 left on both brands total.
Oh.
Like, think of the women who are not in this tag chamber match. You have Becky, you have Charlotte, you have Lana, if you want to call her full-time, and then you also have
Selena Vega,
if you want to call her full-time.
Asuka.
Brooke and Natalia. You got about 5 or 6, 7 women who are left out of this tag division. I don't think you can have a brand with both.
I'm basing it to be something a little more, because I guess there were a lot of entrants from NXT. It's true. Yeah, I guess they're like, oh boy, referee, Iconics.
Oh, yeah, there.
I dig it. I think they're great. You know, I love them. They're cutting too. It reminds me of a little bit. I can see that. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, that's iconic. And predictions? Originally, I would have said Sasha and Bailey, but I think Sasha's injured. Well, there's some rumblings about Sasha being injured.
Yeah, I know she's showing tomorrow, but she is pegged as being injured, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think they might pull off a surprise victory, and I think it might be the Riot Squad girls.
Oh, wow.
I think so. I think, yeah, because if you notice, they've only been pushing those 2 teams
I
heavily.
respect that prediction.
On Raw. You know, they've been showing video packages of the Riot Squad girls. And
They've shown more packages of them and the Iconics than anyone, I agree.
Yeah. So it's between those 2, but I don't think they're going to give it to the Iconics right away.
So your prediction would be the Riot Squad, and your preference would be the Iconics.
And your surprise. I kind of like that because I agree with you. I think that my preference is the Iconics as well. I think they should win. My prediction is I think that WWE will go with Sasha and Bailey, which I'm not a fan of. I think they're going to go with Sasha and Bailey and have Sasha and Bailey wrestle the Bellas at Mania. But if there is a surprise, I do think it'll be Naomi and Carmella, only because that's the one team everybody's writing off right out the gate.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The the words Naomi and Carmelo leave your mouth right now?
Yeah, as a
Podcast is over. We're done.
if they pull a surprise, I think that'll be the surprise. Only.
This is something Jerome and I was talking about. Let me minimize what I just said. Let me make it more specific. Did the word Naomi just leave your mouth?
Wow. Yeah, we're not.
Naomi being in the ring.
We're not going to get it. We're not going to get it.
Happy, just be in the ring right now. She considers herself lucky to have a freaking match.
Naomi's a great worker, huh?
Naomi's a horrible worker. I don't know what planet you guys are from.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny though?
So I feel like, to be honest, people are always afraid of the zombie apocalypse. I watched a different movie, which is like My Fear is the Fear of the Pod Invasion. Body Snatchers. After knowing you guys for as long as I've known you, for you both to say that Naomi's a good worker, I don't feel like Stefan. This isn't you.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that though? Like you'll be quick to say that about Naomi, but for some reason like Liv Morgan got a pass. And I'm like,
yeah, Liv Morgan's a good worker.
Wow.
Liv Morgan's a good worker.
Wow.
Now I'll explain to you why I don't like Naomi. I'll say it really quickly. Her facial expressions when selling are awful and predictable and the same. She looks the same when she's struggling and making a comeback. Her continuity in the ring in terms of doing high spots when they're not supposed to be placed makes no sense because she doesn't do anything basic first. She just tries to wow you. And then when she actually tries to put on a match that's 10 minutes or longer, she has literally no offense when she needs to have offense because she's already giving you the same moveset within the first 3 minutes. She can't. She's a former dancer. She's a former dancer that obviously got into the limelight as Brodus Clay's manager because they needed a really hot chick who I have to admit is one of the most unbelievably hot chicks that they have there. Absolutely. Would I dump my girl for her? Sure. Would I throw my mom in front of a truck to bang Naomi? Absolutely. Do I consider her a good worker? Hell no. She's one of the worst that they have. But that's, we always talk about that. So I mean, I know Terrell agrees with me. So I mean,
yeah, I actually don't. But
yeah.
But like I said,
on this one off.
Yeah. But like I said, I do think if there is a swerve, I would go.
Can I ask you guys one quick question?
What?
Hit the podcast a little. Besides for her high spots, can you guys tell me what you like about her in the ring? Besides for her a couple of high spots.
Actually, I think the high spots make her very entertaining and make her different from anyone else in the roster.
So besides for her high
she's entertaining.
There's a match she's in a high spot. I'm not she's in a high spot.
I think she sells very well. I think her
when the Divas division existed, it was in a high spot because they got 3-minute matches to Divas. Now that they're given 20, 30-minute matches and are allowed to flesh out some of the movesets that they have in the ring that make sense and are logical, strip away her high spots and Naomi could do nothing.
See, I don't see.
She's not good at selling, but I think she's great at selling.
Yeah, I mean,
what does she do? Well, you guys keep saying disagree. What does she do good offensively besides high spots? Just tell me.
It's like for that I don't agree because when she was a heel, and she was with Sasha and Tamina in that heel group, her moveset was more grounded. And when that girl gets up, and this is why I liked her heel run because when she gets up,
lethargic, right?
when she gets upset and she's not doing like the dancing and the jumping around, like even when she was beefing with Mandy Rose, she was straight up like.
Should I just? Nobody's listening anyway. That's the name of our podcast. But if anyone so happens to be listening, can you just agree here that you also admitted that she's one of the worst actors that they have? You admitted that.
No, I said I thought that segment was bad. I agree.
She represents a complete package of awfulness because there's nothing about her that's highly entertaining.
I mean,
that segment was poorly written. I agree with you guys, but that's not her fault. That's not
her fault.
I'll be honest. The whole McMahon and McFoley hospital skit in '98 was poorly written, but the actors behind the silly script pulled it off.
You know what segment was good? The segment where when
Naomi wasn't on television.
The one where Mandy Rose came out in the towel, and then when she went backstage, Naomi was just waiting for her and basically beat the shit out of her until like the referees had to pull her off.
That was the one segment. See, I'm not like closed-minded. That was the one segment I can say that was done well. But
what?
Again,
that's the one segment I hated.
Oh, really?
I thought the hotel one was the one you hated. The hotel one, I thought.
Yeah,
right.
He's talking about a backstage segment that happened.
Okay.
Remember?
I didn't watch SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, it was like a thing where she basically fought a 2-on-1 backstage against Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
Terrell, look, every meal my so-called fiance/wife makes me taste like shit. But guaranteed, once every couple of weeks, I'm guaranteed to actually eat something that surprises me. Doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean she's a good cook. Doesn't mean I can qualify her as being someone who's, a chef. I can't recommend it to any of my friends.
But that's also something that you have to deal with, not me. That's why it's your opinion.
I don't have to deal with it. I told you, I can just fast forward any segment Naomi's in. That's all.
All right. Well, you're free. You're free to do that. But
the only time I actually see Naomi is when I close my eyes, lock myself away in my bathroom because I stopped having sex with my girl and fantasize about her. That's it. Wrestling-wise, she doesn't need to be on the show. So who are your predictions and preferences, Joel, when it comes to that match?
I already said it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Who's your prediction? Your preference is Carmella and the other girl, but who's your prediction?
He said Carmella. See, I mean, if you're gonna purposely be disrespectful, that's not right.
Sure it is.
He said Carmella and the other girl, but like I said, Stefan. But yet for some reason, Liv Morgan gets a pass.
She could work.
That's when your credibility takes a downward spiral. But
It never does.
no, but like I said, I would like the Iconics. I think it's gonna be Sasha and Bayley. But because like Stefan threw out a surprise, like I said, I think the surprise would be Carmella and Naomi.
Again, that's your preference. But wait, so your prediction and preference are Carmella and the other one? Really?
I said if there's a surprise. Because Stefan said if they pull a surprise swerve, he thinks they're going to go with the Riot Squad.
Again, is your prediction and preference the same team?
No.
So who's your?
I just said I said my preference is the Iconics, but my prediction is Sasha.
I'm sorry, just because the whole Naomi thing just completely messed me up mentally. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get back on track. Hold on, let me do some squats. Let me breathe. Okay, I'm ready. My prediction would be. I thought about this, but my prediction is Mandy Rose and Sonya. And my preference are the Iconics. Now, the Iconics represent a team that have been together for a while. They do very well together, both in segments, in the ring. They play chicken shit heels. And as chicken shit heel champions, it's fun to chase champs like that, who you just get pissed off that they keep retaining. I mean, it's like, underhanded tactics and blah, blah, blah. There's so many other face tag teams, too, as opposed to heels, that it would make sense for me to actually see the Iconics win. So I think that's what they're going to do. But my preference is Mandy Rose and Sonya, just because I feel like they're onto something with those two, and they had a chance to break them up a couple of times. I know you guys watch all the weeklies, so you know that they could have pulled the trigger on that a few times.
Yeah,
and they chose not to. And I think they didn't choose to do so because Mandy Rose is getting better in the ring, but the best thing that can happen to her right now is to get gold around her waist that isn't a singles title. As she continues to develop and flesh out her character more and get better in the ring. And the contrast of who they are, too, I think makes sense. If you look at those two, they're polar opposites.
I agree.
But right now,
dynamic.
But right now, you don't think she's good.
Who's that? Mandy Rose?
You don't think Mandy Rose is good?
I don't think she's great. I think she's good. She's passable. I don't think she's great. No. But I mean, I've told you, Joel, you're asking the wrong guy because you got to remember, my stupid spoiled ass has been brought up on All Japan Women Wrestling my whole life. So when I watch Women Wrestling today on WWE, it's not fair to hear my standpoint because just because I watched All Japan Women doesn't make me an expert on women's wrestling. It just makes me someone who was spoiled to an alternative brand of wrestling that's superior than what we see from the women in WWE today. So did she peak? Is she as good as W will let her be in the ring? Maybe. But I still don't think she's great in the ring, no. She's passable.
Okay.
But again, it's the contrast of what they represent. They're like, again, Vince is behind Mandy Rose. He's made that kind of like people are aware of the fact that he's pushing her. He's given her all the feud. The only feud that was non-title recently was Mandy Rose and Naomi. it had nothing to do with the women's title around it. So I think that shows that he's behind her. And then the other thing is that because of the fact that Sonya is, from what I hear, is about to come out, even though everyone knows that she's lesbian, she's going to come out, and that's a hot button topic that Vince likes to push and market. And having the gold around their waist, like, it's one thing to have the Me Too era and have women empowerment and having them get pushed to the moon as women, but a lesbian with gold around her waist. If they want to push an agenda of propaganda, what better than that? Yeah, that's nitpicking. There's other reasons, but I think it all comes down to those reasons, and maybe a couple more as to why I think they'll hold the belts. And I don't necessarily feel that they need to even hold them on for a long time, because come Mania, I think the belts will switch because they're going to be defended on both brands. And in order for the belts to seem quote unquote fair, then you have to have a Raw tag team beat them eventually. You don't want to have one team representing one brand with the belts and then just have the other brand women's tag team division look like shit.
Well, that's why I think at Mania they're going to go with the Bellas.
Well, yeah, if the Bellas are, I don't know what they're representing, they Raw or they SmackDown, we don't know. But I actually agree with what you said. The last thing I want to see is the Bellas. I despise them. But because I know how to separate preference from predictions, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it won't happen. I could see the Bellas becoming the faces of the division because they have their own show to promote, 2 shows to promote, so they get some buzz. And you got to know that Vince sees them on both reality shows with the belts eventually. He sees them. He sees them being able to have crossover appeal and showing up on Total Battles and Total Divas with the belts. He sees that.
Yep.
That's a way to get casual fans to go, oh, wow, they're the champs. Let's tune in. So I agree with that, actually. I feel like Mandy Rose and Sonya win and maybe drop it at some point before Fastlane or at Fastlane to a face team, and that face team would probably drop it to the Bellas at Mania. I see it being hot potatoes with those belts because they're being defended on both brands. So I see it switching like back and forth.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
Now, the last match is the men's chamber. Bryan Styles, Orton, Joe Hardy, and Kofi Kingston.
Thinking about that one a lot. Unlike the women's tag chamber, there are no weak links in that match.
Yeah, that's a tough one, guys. That's a tough
Thinking
one.
about that a lot.
I mean, it's pretty cut and dry for me, but
I mean, can I go first?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
of course.
Preference, Kofi. I love him. I think it's been a while since he's had a solo run, and it would throw us all for a loop. No one would expect it, and it would be very interesting. And I think he would actually be a good opponent at Fastlane for Daniel Bryan. I mean, we already saw them fight. He was his first opponent in that gauntlet match, and I think that's why they set it up that way, as a testing ground, right, to see how they would fare one-on-one. And I think it was very entertaining. So that would be interesting. I wouldn't see Kofi going to Mania with the title. I think he would lose to Bryan, but yeah, that would be my preference. They're definitely not going to go that way, but that would be my preference. I think Daniel's going to retain. That chamber. My opinion.
Do you feel like he's probably going to retain, in your opinion, because the company wants to see him as champ at Mania still?
Yeah, I think Daniel's going to go all the way to Mania with the title. I don't think he's going to lose it.
I agree, actually.
Until Mania.
I don't want it to happen, but Joel, you mind if I jump in here?
No, go
I'll
ahead.
give you the last. You'll close it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
My prediction is Daniel Bryan because they brought Rowan back, and Rowan and Harper have been cleared for a couple of months already. I feel like if Rowan, obviously he'll have some kind of involvement that won't help. I feel like Harper is the missing link. I feel like he's the guy. He also looks like the missing link, but I feel like Harper comes back and sides with Bryan and Rowan also. I want Harper to get a solo spot. I always tell Jarrell this. Luke Harper is one of the most underrated talents they have. And he's actually believable on the mic. You guys agree, like, he's really believable on the mic, too. Very into his character. Like, when you look at Luke Harper, here's how you know he's convinced. It's hard to picture Luke Harper just going to the grocery. Or, like, just kind of like taking in a movie at the theater. Like, with Rowan, yeah, you can kind of see that still. Luke Harper just is so convincing. Like, he's a method actor. The guy just is believable. And in the ring, for a guy his size doing the things he does when he does them, he's amazing. I think because he has an association and because he has a beard like both, he comes back and sides with Daniel Bryan and maybe helps out in some other way. I don't know how it will happen or even if it will happen in Chamber, but I won't be surprised. But because Daniel Bryan is attracting amazing heel heat, which, oh my God, how does a guy go, we talk about The Rock doing this, but how does a guy who was, at least his chant was the most popular, that, you know, we could see in the last 5 years in the WWE ring, his chant was the most popular. How does a guy go from being universally loved and adored by fans to just, within his first promo, if you look back at when he beat Daniel Bryan, his first promo after Survivor Series when he wrestled Lesnar, he was getting booed like crazy. And we're living in a day and age where heels are cheered. He was getting booed like crazy. He separated himself completely from who his original character was.
Absolutely incredible.
He did it so seamlessly, too. He almost did it in the way you and I would take off a jacket. He did it so seamlessly.
Absolutely.
He just entered the ring and goes, no, this is me, guys. I'm not the machine anymore. I'm not the big marketing machine who jumps up with his fingers up in the air yelling, yes, this is me. This is who I am. I'm a vegan. And I despise the way people think. And I despise the way people are allowed to just follow a system that I don't believe in anymore. I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. And he did it so convincingly. Well, I feel like and he's, because there's so few, we talked about this, few naturally seeking heels left. Yeah, I feel like he rides the course and goes to Mania. But my preference, undoubtedly in this match, would be Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston, the journey of who Kofi Kingston is, a guy who was, who pitched, it was his idea, he pitched the Jamaican gimmick, because it was never done before. But over the course of his first couple of years as a face, when given the time, which was far few in between, proved that he could really work the mic. And working the mic doesn't mean coming up with a catchphrase or being necessarily funny. It means being articulate, getting the point across, not stuttering, and being fluid. And he had that. In addition to that, he's the most durable superstar they've had. He's been there 10 years and been injured maybe once for a couple of months. And in addition to that, has proven that he can actually be paired with any partner and make a tag team situation thrive. And when you give him the microphone, wow, who would have thought? When he actually was told that he's going to be in a gimmick that, along with Big E and Xavier Woods, turned out to be an entertaining gimmick, he can actually be funny without forcing himself to do so. It just comes seamless. Kofi Kingston also has the ability to get serious really, really quickly. Now, something about his expressions when he gets serious, and he's got that eyebrow thing too. When he gets serious and that eyebrow slightly goes a little bit up, you kind of know that he's about to give you a good show. He can give you a 5-star match if given the chance to do so. Kofi Kingston has been a model employee for the last 10 to 12 years in this company. And there is no reason why a Dolph Ziggler who bitches about not getting pushed but yet got 2 title runs, even though it was a very quick run both times, the guy got the world title twice. There is no reason why a guy like Kofi Kingston, who night in and night out doesn't get injured, puts on a 5-star match, can wrestle with anybody in a tag team or in a singles, and can actually rock the mic in a comedic fashion or in a serious way, hasn't been given a run. And we'll talk more about that later, because I know Jarrell and I have a topic to talk about that people don't really touch upon, which is race in wrestling. But Kofi Kingston, yeah, because it's very clear cut, especially in Kofi's case, as others like Shelton Benjamin will talk about. But my preference would be Kofi Kingston, because there is no one in that ring or in that company that deserves to be world champion more than Kofi Kingston, with the exception of Shelton Benjamin. We'll talk about that later. Jarrell, your thoughts?
Brief.
Well, obviously my preference is Kofi. My prediction, I feel like the Chamber is going to come down to Kofi and Bryan. Harper's...
Can you collapse on him?
No, like it's going to come down to Kofi and Bryan. Harper and Rowan are going to find their way into the Chamber. They're going to cost Kofi the match. And then I think at Fastlane, we get Bryan and the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day. And if the New Day wins that match, I think Kofi does face Bryan at Mania.
What? Wow, I would never see that, but that would be interesting.
I would love to, but I don't see that either.
I don't, but I like that. That's actually...
Going into this conversation, I kind of talked about it, I knew you were going with this. But,
like that.
Like, I knew that was your preference, but that really is your prediction that Kofi wins.
No, my prediction is that Bryan wins.
Oh, okay.
Because of the cheating of Harper and Rowan.
So we don't
Reading about Harper maybe showing up tomorrow.
Yeah. I think Harper shows up tomorrow. I mean the whole 6-man tag leading into Mania, that's extra stuff. But chamber wise, Brian cheats to win with his new faction.
Definitely.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's going to come down to AJ and Daniel. Unfortunately, I do prefer Kingston and Daniel, but it just makes more sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
Chamber gives a chance for other, like the Rumble used to do this, and they don't do it anymore with the Rumble, but the 90 Rumble did this really well. The 1990 Rumble, I know we're going all the way back, but it was, hey, the classics are classics for a reason. The 1990 Rumble, I remember being a Rumble that set up feuds going into Mania. Mm-hmm. You had Piper and Bad News eliminate each other, and that started their feud. They eliminated each other over the top and got pissed about it. And this was during a Rumble where if you won the match, you didn't get anything about it. It was bragging right. But still, they were pissed, and they had a match at Mania to solve it. Jake Roberts and DiBiase continued their feud into the Rumble, and then into Mania they had their singles match for the $1 million belt. And then you had Demolition toss out Andre, who was, at the time, Andre and Haku were the champs, and they eliminated Andre over the top. And naturally, Andre and Haku were embarrassed, and so was Bobby Heenan, who was their mouthpiece. It was like, wait a minute, you guys threw out Andre, you're bragging. You know what, we'll put up these belts against you guys. And Demolition won it. So the Elimination Chamber is kind of like the new Royal Rumble where it can set up feuds going into Mania. Yeah. And that's why when you brought up AJ Styles, there is a way to eliminate the guy within the first couple of contestants that are in the match, and then just have him come back for revenge. I mean, there's so many different feuds they can do, and I think one of the things that people are talking about are Randy Orton and AJ Styles. They're talking about that. Yeah. If it's done well, I don't mind it so much. Do I feel like they wrestled a couple times? Do they complement each other in the ring that much? Nah, not really. But it's a high-profile match for AJ to be involved in, where if he's not near the title at Mania, wrestling Randy Orton isn't exactly a demotion.
No, so then ask yourself, if Orton faces AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan's a heel, who's left to face Bryan at Mania?
Yeah.
You're not gonna have him fight. You're not gonna have him fight Joe.
Kofi.
Yeah, I mean, it's like by default.
To be honest, I mean, my preference after Kofi would be Samoa Joe.
Yeah, but they're not.
We haven't talked about him, but God, are you talking about mic work and in-ring work? I mean, as a heel, yeah. I mean, this is a guy who just haphazardly they rushed that Jeff Hardy feud with him. Oh my God, was he getting? Yeah.
How would you have him face Daniel at Mania if they're both heels?
No, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. I'm just saying that it would happen if Samoa Joe were to win the title tomorrow at Chamber. Could there be a new face that challenges him? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, this past late. So who knows?
Or they'll give Joe Jeff Hardy.
I don't like it when a guy wins the title for the first time in his career at Chamber and then doesn't retain it. To me, as the champ, or doesn't retain it. They did that with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
and that's why it doesn't work. I remember saying this when it happened. I'm like, it's not going to work because now people just don't remember that Bray Wyatt won it, and when they do remember it, they're like, wait a minute, where did he win it? Was it a SmackDown?
Yeah.
It wasn't at Mania. Same thing with Bayley. When she won her first title, it was a couple of weeks before Mania.
Yeah.
You just waited.
That's why I didn't like the Fatal 4-Way elimination, because I was just like they got rid of Sasha early, and I was just like, once it got down to Charlotte and Bayley, I was like, well, I don't care anymore, and I'm like, Bayley already won the damn thing, so and then
last question I have for both of you guys regarding the pay-per-view is star system wise, out of 10, not out of 5. Let's just do it out of 10. What do you guys expect it to be out of 10 stars? If you had to make a pick based on paper or the feuds going into it or the matches, out of 10, Stephen, what do you expect out of it?
6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes for this one, guys.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's fair.
I don't even know half the card.
I don't.
And I watch the program. I watch the program every week.
And that's the problem. You watch every week and you still have that's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, the undercard gets shitted on. You're right. Yeah. Jerome, what do you, rating-wise, what do you give it?
I was gonna.
What's your expectations for it?
I was actually gonna say, I mean, giving them the benefit of the doubt that they might pull some surprises out of their ass. I expected, like, I'm hoping it'll be a 7.5, 8, because I think they will do some surprises. But if not, then I agree with Stefan. It'll be like a 6.5, 7.
My expectation for it is a 5.
Wow.
It would be a 6, but Naomi being on the card drops it down a full point. But I give it a 5 heading in.
Well, he was injured, right?
Yes.
What's the injury? Do you guys know?
Who's that?
Mustafa Ali.
Oh, Mustafa Ali. I heard two things. I heard one that it was just, a storyline type injury just to get Kofi into the match, which I like, which gives me high hopes. And the other sites that I read are saying it's an ankle injury. I don't know. Okay.
Wait, well, who's injury?
Mustafa.
Oh yeah, they said he had multiple.
What benefit would they reap from having him have a storyline injury, though?
I think just to get more sympathy into the face. He's a white meat babyface, which he's squeaky clean and giving high fives to fans. Maybe they want to see him being out of the match as something where moving forward he can kind of get on the mic and go, hey, I didn't get an opportunity to even be in this match because I got hurt. And just to gauge fan reaction, maybe just to see if he can still maintain his white meat babyface push. I don't know. Could be that.
Could be.
I actually don't think there would have been a problem to have him in the match get served to somebody after 10, 15 minutes worth of good in-ring work. But now with the chamber match, what I like about it is any elimination of any guy that's in the men's match will kind of be a big deal because there's heavy hitters in there.
There are heavy hitters. It's the match I'm looking forward to the most.
For me to say that Randy Orton is the one guy that if he does get pinned, I won't be shocked. It's saying a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Orton's still a big time player.
Yeah, so it's stacked. They did stack and I do hope that it closes, but I think it won't close because they're hyping up the women's tag titles as being this novelty and it means a big thing. I know, Jerome, you said you think it'll open the.
Yeah, I think because the problem is, it's it's the first ever tag titles, it's a women's match, but they've already done a women's chamber match, and there's no tremendously big name star in that match that warrants closing the show for. Because because think about it, we all pick the Iconics. If the Iconics actually win the chamber match, can you really see them ending the show putting the putting the graphic, the closing graphic up with
I picked Mandy Rose and I prefer the Iconics, but I picked Mandy Rose and Sonya.
No, but even them, it's just I guess the only team where you can honestly see them ending the show with is Sasha and Bayley, but
I agree.
But even then, because of what happened with the men's chamber, with the whole Kofi situation, with there's a lot of buzz going into this men's chamber now.
There is. I think the men's there is a lot of buzz. It's a good point.
Yeah, the
a topic that no one really talks about on the podcast, which we'll delve into in the future, not only the racism in wrestling, but also theme music. Our favorites. We'll do that later as well. So obviously, stay tuned, even though nobody's listening. I will say one thing really quickly. Mandy Rose probably has the most amazing theme music today in WWE. I love it. I love her theme music. It's awesome.
Doesn't it remind you of Val Venus music?
It does. And she struck her music well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I gotta admit, as annoying as he is, I love Corey Graves on the mic when Mandy Rose comes out.
Oh yeah, it definitely seems like something you'd say if you were commentating, for sure.
I think there needs to be more saxophones in theme music. That's kind of like an 80s. I used to love saxophones. You'd always put them in the 80s themes, but yeah, good to see a revival of the revival. They won the belt. The revival of saxophone.
Shout out to Brian Johnson.
No, the revival. Even hardcore fans like us don't give a minute about talking about the revival. But hey,
but they're not even having a kickoff match tomorrow. So
no, they're not. Again, that's our review. Those are predictions. Those are our preferences. I want to thank Steph and Alex Vasquez, Jarrell T. Williams, Amani Clyde. Support us and listen to us because you got to remember, nobody's listening.
Yeah.
Stop looking for who you gotta be. Let it go and stop.